Our next guest, again, it's his smile, it's his personality. We were told that there are genuine people out there, and when you meet a genuine personality, you latch onto them, and you find out all they're about. And I knew he was in the field of finances and money, but that's not what he's here to talk about today because he's retired. He doesn't do that anymore, but he has a passion for helping people become better, for helping people find the help you need. And that's why we brought him here today. There's a gap in the market that Anthony Florendo is here to surely fill. And so I want you to introduce you to him today. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah.
You are, yep, you are on.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you for being so patient with us this morning. We've had some glitches, we've had some difficulties, but we're working to get everybody on and scheduled in their adequate times. You are a psychotherapist, and you are going to help people get affordable health care.
That's right, mental health care.
Let's just have Curtis talk a little bit about you before we get into your talk today.
Wonderful.
All right. Hi, Anthony. How you doing today? Good to meet you for the first time.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Curtis.
Okay, so I got your little bio thing here. So it says, Anthony Florendo retired from professional life. However, because of the crisis in mental health brought about by the pandemic and the ensuing financial stress, he is back into practice to respond to the need for an accessible mental health practitioner and self-development community, who are often without private insurance to pay for psychotherapy sessions. Anthony is passionate about everyone having access to mental health professionals, and not just those who have insurance or can pay full rate of a psychotherapist out of pocket. So you're going to show us how to save some money and get some great mental health today, Anthony?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I did not my talk today, and I was thinking about it last night, and it's a good thing I didn't, because this allows me to introduce another point. I would have called my talk entrepreneurship and its effect or its relation to mental health. So let me repeat that. Entrepreneurship and its relation to mental health. The reason why I'm glad I didn't title it like that, because now that I've said the title, something inside you bubbled up and you more or less know what I'm going to be talking about, right? That's something that where it came from is called your subconscious. Subconscious is your unending source or infinite source of creativity, and it has knowledge. It has memory of everything that you've done. My job as a psychotherapist is to bring that knowledge out from the subconscious level, bring it up to the conscious level, and now it's in daylight. It's like birthing an idea, bring it out from the subconscious level into the realm of consciousness. And now we can start our what I call intellectual exploration. It's just an intellectual exploration to come to an understanding of what it is you're going through. So my name is Anthony Florendo, and I'm a professionally accredited psychotherapist. And what I'd like to do right now is I'm just going to name a few psychological profile of an entrepreneur or a business owner. Now you're there, I can't see you, and that's fine. You don't have to take notes, but when I say a psychological profile and you agree, just nod your head. Okay, just nod your head. Nobody's watching you, so it's okay, you can nod your head. If what I say doesn't agree with you, you can shake your head. Okay, so number one is the psychological profile of a business owner is driven to succeed. Okay, number two is goal-oriented. Like RJ and Curtis, they set a goal that they will launch this program today, and they did. So goal-oriented, that's the role of that's a psychological profile of business owners. And number three, and Annie spoke about this in her Ninja Talk, is confident. Psychologically, business owners are confident more so than other people, and they are passionate. We all have our passion. In business owners, these are more pronounced than other people, and finance minded. They mind the dollars and cents, and they're independent. Yeah, they're independent, and they're focused. Okay, they also have an ego more so than other people. You want to be the best, want to be number one. They're resilient, they're focused, and the last thing that I can say is they're open-minded. Now, if most of these things pertain to you, that's great. If they don't, that's great too. I'm just saying the psychological profile of a business owner is that. Now, what does that do when it comes to your mental health? Okay, now you're driven to succeed. That causes stress. Okay, you're putting on more stress than other people on a longer period of time. You have goal-oriented. What does that do to you? You're volunteering to put on pressure on yourself. Okay, you're confident. Sometimes you're confident, you don't ask for help, right? And you're passionate. You're passionate, you burn out, right? You're financially minded. Okay, what that does is it magnifies your financial problems. It's such a big deal for you, your financial problems. You're independent. It can also mean you're stubborn. Okay, you have an ego. Okay, which is good in some ways because it allows you to strive better, but you're also too hard on yourselves. You're resilient, but that resilient is one thing, but you're also long suffering. You take on punishment way too long. I don't know if this is resounding with anybody. And you're focused. You're focused on your business. What that does is your personal life suffers. I don't know if you noticed, but many of your friends are having a great time with their lives more so than you do. And open-minded is good because now you're seeking new information, which is what this whole thing is all about. We're seeking new information. Now, role of mental health in personal and business success of entrepreneurs. This is according to the World Economic Forum in 2019. I think it's in March 2019. Okay, so this is not me. So what happens to entrepreneurs? Okay, they are you ready for this? Twice as likely to suffer from depression compared to the general population. Twice as likely. What about ADHD? 6 times more likely to suffer from ADHD. Substance abuse. 3 times more likely to suffer from substance abuse. Bipolar. 10 times more likely to suffer from bipolar. Psychiatric hospitalization. 2 times more likely to suffer from psychiatric hospitalization. And don't shoot the messenger. Suicidal thoughts. Entrepreneurs are twice as likely to have suicidal thoughts. Now I'm thinking to myself, which is the chicken, which is the egg? Are entrepreneurs multiple times more susceptible to mental health crisis than the general population? Or is it that the psychological profile of an entrepreneur, like the one we ran through, predisposes the entrepreneur to suffering from mental health? You know what? The answer is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Either way, entrepreneurs are suffering from mental health crisis that is unrecognized, sometimes by themselves. They don't even recognize it and remain untreated for a very long time. Remember one of the psychological profile of entrepreneur? It's called the resiliency. It can also mean you take on too much for too long, not even recognizing that you are taking on too much for too long. Okay, so I don't have slides like everybody else, but I think that's fine with you guys. I can give you my notes if you send me a note on florendo.anthony@gmail.com. It's there. Okay. Reasons why entrepreneurs remain untreated despite mental health crisis. So we already know that the World Economic Forum in 2019, World Economic Forum is the international organization that does projects to keep the economy healthy among international nations. They focused on mental health crisis among entrepreneurs last year. Why? Because entrepreneurs make up a large portion of the employers of an economy. Big corporations, because there's so few of them, they contribute less than the small self-employed people together. So the health of the economy is dependent on the self-employed or entrepreneurs. That's why they need to look at the state of the mental health of the entrepreneurs, and they said there's a mental health crisis. So why aren't entrepreneurs forming a beeline to get help? Well, I can think of 3 reasons, okay? And you can agree or disagree with me on this one. Number 1, I think, is awareness. Entrepreneurs, because of their resiliency, like we talked about, they normalize being in a state of mental health crisis. They've learned to normalize it, okay, resulting in a suboptimal performance. So they're wondering, how come I'm not as productive as I want to be? How come? Well, maybe you're operating on suboptimal level because you are burdened by mental health crisis. So, but if you are not aware of that, then your focus will be, how can I optimize my performance, right? It's not about optimizing performance, it's about eliminating aspects that are stopping you from doing your best. And one of that, very importantly, I would suggest, is your mental health. Number 2 is access. So what's the I've suffered mental health too, okay? I can tell you this. So what's the first thing you do? You go see your GP, your family physician. My family physician looked at me, took out a questionnaire. How long have you slept? Is your sleep restful? Blah, blah, blah. And then he rated it, and he says, you're depressed. Okay, so he gave me a prescription of, I think it's Alexa. Okay, so, all right, and then off I go. That took 5 minutes. That's the amount of mental health care I got from my GP. So now I came back to him and I told him months later, it's not working. So what he said, okay, I will refer you to a psychiatrist. So the waiting list for psychiatrists is a year and a half. And by the time I got to the psychiatrist, he retired. So I had to go on in another lineup. In the meantime, I went to because I was the marketing director for Canada for a pharmaceutical company at that time. I have access to extended health care. So I applied to get relief from a psychotherapist. The psychotherapist that was assigned to me, because you don't say which psychotherapist you'll go to. They'll tell you which psychotherapist you go to. He's a young man from Cuba. He just finished his course, and none of what he's saying is resonating with me. Because I'm going to tell you something, okay? You will agree or not. Only entrepreneurs understand entrepreneurs, okay? I don't know if that's a revelation to you. You can observe this in your relationships. It is hard for an entrepreneur to have a relationship. It's because only entrepreneurs understand entrepreneurs. So now I'm talking to a psychotherapist who doesn't understand how it is to be an entrepreneur. Although I was working for a corporation, I was what I call an intrapreneur. I'm doing things very entrepreneurial in my corporation. So I function like an entrepreneur, even though I was an intrapreneur. Okay, so now this young kid from Cuba doesn't know where I'm coming from, does not have any understanding of what it is. What are my psychological profile, and we're just after 2 sessions, I terminated it because it's going nowhere. The third reason why entrepreneurs or business owners do not get the help that they want is cost. Like I said, when I was a marketing director for Canada for a multinational drug corporation, I had all sorts of benefits. Okay, but as an entrepreneur, most of us, and you can agree or disagree with me, most of us do not have an extended healthcare benefit. So for you to see a psychotherapist in Toronto, where I'm operating out of, is $160 per session. Okay, so that's out of pocket. There's that commitment and there's a time commitment. Usually if you go to a psychotherapist, they will put you on a program. You see them once a week, and then twice a month, and then once a month. Okay, but you are on a program. So there's also the time commitment. So those are the three reasons, top reasons I think. You can think of many more reasons, but those are the three reasons I can think of right now why entrepreneurs do not access mental health help, because of awareness. Like I said, they normalize the state of mental health crisis. They've learned to normalize it. Access, they have no access to people who can help them, or cost. The people who can help them are cost too much. Okay, so what I've done, because I'm already retired, like I said, right? My last gig as an entrepreneur was I had my own financial corporation. It was hugely successful. By the time I sold it, I was worth $5 million a year. I sold it in April, and I'm retired. So I've started this step out of the. I got accredited, professionally accredited as a psychotherapist. I've done all the courses, and I've done the exams, and I've done the accreditation. I wrote 2 clinical papers. I defended my clinical papers, and here I am. Okay, so my program, step out of the blues with Anthony, and you can find this on Facebook if you just go step out of the blues with Anthony. I'm not saying Anthony will push you out of the blues. I'm not saying you step out of the blues. I'm saying let's step out of your blues together. Step out of the blues with Anthony. What I can say is that I'm an entrepreneur. I understand what you're going through as an entrepreneur. I understand your psychological profile. I understand what special needs you have. And I'm old. I'm retired. I had all the life experience. I built my own factory when I was 17 years old in the Philippines. I built a shirt factory in the Philippines, a high-end men's formal attire in the Philippines at 17. I had 100 sewers. No, 90 sewers plus other employees. So 100 in total, about 100. Okay, so I know how to be an entrepreneur. So my promise to you is you can go to Step Out of the Blues with Anthony and Facebook and book an appointment, or you can just email me at florendo.anthony@gmail.com. And I'm not going to offer my service for free because interaction requires an exchange of energy. I hope it requires an exchange of energy. So it's not going to be free, but I can accommodate you no matter what your financial circumstances. And that's it. That's my offering to you today. Thank you.
Anthony, perfect. That's exactly what we were looking for. Again, you say you represent entrepreneurs. That's going to be your niche. That's going to be your specialty. But
Yes.
you're also a person, right? So if
Yes.
some individual called you with a concern, are you going to turn them away because they're not an entrepreneur?
No way, man. I'm just saying I'm focused on entrepreneurs. Actually, I'm focused on two major groups, entrepreneurs and creative people, because I have a lot of connection with the entertainment industry, and they all, they have so many issues they have to deal with. But entrepreneurs, I find, need special help because ordinary people, they may be working, they may have insurance. Entrepreneurs don't have that, right? So it's a first come first serve basis. As long as you log into as long as you reach out to me, I'm going to set you an appointment, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. But I'm not promoting on the non-entrepreneur section. I'm only promoting the entrepreneur and the creative people market.
Yep.
But I'm here to help anyone.
Right. That's exactly it. And now, Curtis, you're the positivity guy. You're the person who wants to help people with their, their attitude, their emotions. Do you have anything you'd like to talk to Anthony about? Any questions for him?
Not really. I think what he's doing is great to help people out because he is right about entrepreneurs. They have a tendency to be a little bit more finicky to work with because they have their own way to do things and they think they're the boss all the time. And they need to just listen to someone else sometimes, right?
I think I'm gonna use that because the term I use is hard to deal with, but finicky is I think.
and not to mention they do have a lot to deal with as well, trying to run a business and being responsible for their own income, plus keeping this business run, plus maybe employees and things that go along with that. There's so much involved.
Women entrepreneur, they're getting it both ways. Women entrepreneur, because they also have to deal with traditional female roles at home.
Right.
Although they shouldn't, but they still do. They're still pressured to do that.
Yep. And women, you know what? I give it off to women right now because they listen. My wife, she works a full-time job, and then she comes home and she runs my household.
Yeah,
right? And she's the one who coordinates.
This is me when Veronica comes home.
Yes,
I'm not working. It's not working.
So blessed to our women because without them we couldn't keep going ourselves. But Anthony, thank you for everything you do because. Listen, I know as well as anybody, healthcare needs to be accessible. And you know what? Yes, you shouldn't do it for free, but it's very honorable that you are bringing this to people for the best price they can possibly pay.
Yes, that's right. Don't let costs stop you.
Exactly.
If you don't recognize the need, that's one thing. But if you recognize the need and cost is stopping you, don't let it stop you.
Mm-hmm. So I've been posting out your email address and I've been posting out there for Step Out with Anthony. Again, thank you because, excuse me, this is such a valuable service. Please reach out to Anthony. Get your affordable healthcare now. What else can I say? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing this to everybody.
Thank you, Anthony. Great job.
Thank you very much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Anthony Florendo. He is a certified and accredited psychotherapist, and I had to bring him to you today because he believes affordable healthcare should be available for everybody, regardless of whether you can afford it or not. He wants to see you counseled, especially in our trying times. He is making an effort to get everybody the mental health care that they need. So if you need a health care or consultation with somebody in the mental health field or regarding your mental health or mental care, which is very important, don't let cost stop you. Anthony's assured me if he has an appointment in his books, regardless of the amount you can pay, he does ask you that you put something down. So regardless of the amount that you can afford to pay, Anthony wants to get you the counsel you need. So please reach out to Anthony with the email address below. That's florendo.anthony@gmail.com. Florendo is FLORENDO.anthony@gmail.com. So again, please please reach out to Anthony. Again, we did this to make sure that people have access to this, and you guys got the opportunity to hear from Anthony and his pay what you can healthcare service. So thank you, Anthony. Thank you for joining us today. And please reach out to Anthony again if he has an appointment within the books. available in his books, he'll be glad to speak with you that week. So thank you, Anthony. Ladies and gentlemen, I am RJ Horner. That has been our broadcast today for Better Life Symposium. Again, I'm RJ Horner, your host and facilitator for Live and Love Life Empowerment. We are your community for life, and we are here to help you build a life you love to live. You can find us at our website, www.live-love-life.ca. You can find more of our speakers and their recordings at www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. That's www.live-love-life.ca/better-life. You can find us on Facebook. Please like and subscribe there at facebook.com/groups/live-to-love-life. That's live, the number 2, love life. Facebook.com/groups/live-to-love-life. And of course, please like and subscribe on YouTube if you like these videos and want to know more, want to follow us. Please like and subscribe on YouTube at Live and Love Life Empowerment. Again, thank you for joining me today. I am your host and facilitator, RJ Horner, for Live and Love Life Empowerment.